So would you like to get started in creating your very first Stripe account and having access to all of these features totally for free? So what I need to do, of course, I'm going to show you how to do this in a very easy way. The very first thing you want to do is to go into the link that I'm going to be leaving you down below in the description. You might be seeing that we have the stripe.com section. So here what I need to do is to, once I clicked into the links down below in the description, you might now have access like this. I'm going to hit now into get started or sign in now. So I'm going to create my very first account here. I choose an actual Gmail account that I'm currently having, the country I'm currently living, and lastly what you want to do is to make sure that you choose an actual passcode, a really strong passcode in order to continue. So here it is, and I'll go for create my account. Now what I need to do is to make sure that I have verified my email. So in order to make the verification of my email, what you need to do is to make sure that you have received an actual code directly into your email account, and then you have access directly into your store. Now here, as you can see, we now have access to that. So what I need to do is to go back here, go for my Gmail, make the confirmation of my Stripe account directly into my account. Really easy process. Now the verification of my store should be created automatically. And there we go, we have now reached into stripe.com. Congratulations, your account has now been created. Now, in order to have access to absolutely all of those elements into the actual Stripe, what I need to do is to make sure that I have verified my account. So to verify my account and provide a lot of elements, I need to provide business details. So to provide business details, I wanted to focus into the upper side. Here where it says new business, I go for edit. Here into new business and edit, let's say that I change the company of my store. Let's go for Cool Cats. And of course, focus into account settings if you wanted to add more elements than that. So I go here, I go for the country. You can go for the phone verification and the time zone. Now we can add public details about your store. So for example, I can add a business name, I can add a custom URL and whatever. That totally depends on how would you like to get started and accepting payments to a business profile. So here I go for public details. I have the business name, the statement description, the shortened description, the customer support phone number, and the customer support address. So I have a lot of elements that we can use the users to add directly into this element. Once you have done this process, what you can do is to complete your profile now. So you can see an actual bar when you can actually make sure that you have the verification of an email. I'm going to head back into my Gmail account and verify my actual account. So I keyed into verify my email address. This one should be redirecting me directly into my Stripe dashboard, but I make sure that I have an actual verified account. Now that I have access with this, I needed to start with a little bit of basics. For example, where I have the type of business, I have the business details, public details, I can add information about my account. I have the secure my account, the home address, the personal information. Of course, this is totally depending on where you're actually currently living, but you needed to add more of your business information in order to get started though. Once you have done this process, you might be having now access to the dashboard with all the tools that I just show you into Stripe. So what I'm going to be doing here now is to, now that I have activated my payments, what I can do now is to make sure that I have added the two-factor authentication. The two-factor authentication can be helping me to get started and, let's say, enhance my account and security the setup of my two-factor element. So if I go here into my settings, you can focus into setting elements, add to authentication method. So I can use an authentication application or add a security key or add an SEMS. That totally depends on how would you like to secure your account a little bit more. Lastly, you can configure the payment settings. So finally, by configuring this, what we can do is to choose the currency we want to accept. We can enable the payment method we wanted to offer, for example, credit cards, and so much more elements. To for that, choose this actual elements as payment. So I go for enable the address and complete it with auto maps. We can add multi-subscriptions. We can accept store policy, and into payment method here, let's say that I wanted to enable cards, keys, and much more. For example, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Link, OXXO, and so much more elements. So usually that's how we can actually do this process to have the payment method domain, exact pricing, and linked in settings. So the last thing I'm going to be showing you here is a little bit about the Stripe. For example, you have the payments where you can see all the disputes, transactions, and so much more. The balances, you can check out all the money that you're currently having into your store, into your account. You have the comment on the balance, and that will be actually it. The customers, all the customers that you can add manually and save the ad to doing much more process later on. And lastly, the billing, which you can check out all the taxes information about your transaction, recurring one-off payments, and so much more elements. We have an actual bunch of tutorials of the Stripe and how we can use in a specific section, a specific tool of the actual Stripe. So with that being said, guys, we can now reach to the break end of the video. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more great tools of how we can get started using Stripe and so much more elements there. Thank you once again for watching the video, guys. Hopefully with all that being said, I can see you next time. See you soon.